Welcome to the September wine tasting for the North Georgia Wine Club. This month we are blind tasting Cabernet Sauvignon wines from the beautiful and famous Napa Valley. Napa Valley wine country is located in Northern California, 50 miles northeast of San Francisco, which makes it a short drive from several airports and the San Francisco Bay Area. Napa Valley is one of the world's most famous wine regions, with stunning landscapes and exceptional wines. There are over 400 wineries and tasting rooms, and Napa is world-renowned for not only its wine, but its beautiful countryside and near-perfect weather. The Napa Valley AVA, which stands for the American Viticultural Area, is 30 miles long and 5 miles wide, and it only makes up 4% of California's wine grape harvest. There are also 16 nested AVAs in this region, which you probably saw when you were selecting your wine for tonight. But before we jump too far ahead, let's talk about the history of the Cabernet Sauvignon grape. It's a little bit cloudy, but DNA evidence has shown that this was the result of an unintentional cross of the Cabernet Franc, which is a red grape, and the Sauvignon Blanc, which is a white grape, in the 1600s in a town called Gironde, which is in the southwest of France and also located in the Bordeaux region. This unintentional cross resulted and gave us the Cabernet Sauvignon grape. So for a little bit more recent history, we'd have to go back to 1976 and what's known as the Surprise of 76. This is when Stephen Spurrier, a British wine merchant who owned and operated a wine shop in Paris, France, organized the Paris wine tasting of 1976, which was also known as the Judgment of Paris. He did this to try to get some publicity for his shop, so he invited a lot of the top wine connoisseurs. Spurrier also invited a number of journalists, but only one showed up, believing that it would be a non-story and the French wines would rule. Stephen Spurrier, a humble wine shop owner in Paris, became famous worldwide because of the Judgment of Paris in 1976. He always said it was never his intention to show up French wine, merely to bring focus on how American wine had improved at the time. The Judgment of Paris was a watershed event for the wine world, and it was also an event whose time had come. When the Judgment of Paris had concluded, Stag's Leap Wine Cellars had taken first prize with a grade of 14.14 over Chateau Mouton Rothschild. So it's probably not a surprise that Cabernet Sauvignon is the #1 produced grape in the world, followed by Merlot and our favorite Tempranillo. France produces just over 56,000 hectares of Cabernet Sauvignon and leads the world in production. A hectare is equivalent to about 2.47 acres of land in the United States. The U.S. is the third leading producer of Cabernet in the world. Napa Valley Cabernets are famous for their forward, big fruit taste, which is a result of the warm Mediterranean type of climate that they're grown in. You're going to get a dry, full-body wine with medium to high tannins, medium acidity, and an alcohol content of 13.5% to 15%. Primary flavors are black cherry, black currant, cedar, baking spices, and graphite. And here are 6 of the top-rated Cabernets from Napa. I'm not sure we're going to see any of those tonight, but I'm sure the wines we taste will be excellent. And good luck to everybody, and enjoy.